Why get into filmmaking rather than join a family business or start something else?
I've been a storyteller since I've been a kid, trying to get myself out of trouble, generally. And so I always loved telling stories. I've been a writer since I've been little. And then having a lot of things happen to me, I would basically express myself through writing. And then I found filmmaking to be something that I thoroughly enjoy because it brought a lot of my passions together. Like I love the whole building of sets and things and building the world. I love the whole costuming part of it. I love, the acting part of it. And it's just like, so there's so much about it that I thoroughly enjoy. And when I was younger, I actually wanted to be an actor. And so I did a bunch of acting. I actually was in John Waters' film Hairspray as one of the Corny Collins Council members. But I didn't pursue acting too deep. I got very close to a major role, and because I did not get it, it gave me cold feet, and I never acted again. And so I have a lot of respect for actors. I direct actors that I will only let them do what I would do. And I will never risk my crew members. And so I will only take, for instance, in Billboard, there's these, really crazy winter shots that I went out and shot it myself because I would not risk my crew. That's just the way I am, And so filmmaking has always been, it's not something that I grew up wanting to do. It's something that I gravitated towards because I wanted to tell stories and I wanted to affect people. I wanted to inspire them, stir emotions and just provoke thought. And that's pretty much why I'm a filmmaker.
So when you were skateboarding around Allentown or whatever with your mohawk or
it was mohawk.
Your Sex Pistols t-shirt or whatever,
yeah.
Did you have any idea of how you wanted your life to be? Did you want to be a musician or you still wanted to be an actor at that time? And
no, actually, it's funny because even when I was a punker, I still wanted to basically go to Wall Street. I still really wanted. Yeah, I love business. I really love business. I go to conferences, startup conferences and things. And it's funny because I speak at a lot of different colleges, and I'm doing a pretty intensive thing at Wharton in a couple of weeks. Because how I create is very different than my peers, and also how I make money is very different than my peers. And so I would say I'm pretty much still a business person, but I have this creative itch that I'm constantly scratching. It's like poison ivy, and it's getting all over me. But it's one of those things that I just love to pursue. But I love my very first film, Affairs, was very mediocre, but it did very well financially. And the crazy thing is, it got me, on the Sundance radar. Not that I was not at Sundance, but because I produced it and because I made money at it, I was invited to the Sundance Producers Conference. And that was after my first film. And so I've kind of held that same sort of model, that same sort of equation from my early films I still hold today.
What was it about?
Affairs was about exactly what it says is Affairs. Affairs ended up being another film that I ended up doing later on called In Search Of. So it's about the repercussions and consequences of people's sexual actions. Affairs was kind of like a flirtation of it. It was only a 74-minute film shot in black and white, and everything kind of wrapped around that you finally realized that this was an entire family. That these little vignettes all circled around Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, wow. So
yeah, because it came to me after being away from home for a while and going home and realizing that I had no clue what my brothers and sisters were doing. That's the genesis of the script. It was like, wow, I wonder what they're doing and everything else and stuff. And hopefully they weren't doing half the crazy stuff I came up with in my mind, but so be it.